Hello, guys. Well, I haven't been doing these for, I guess, over a week. Just wasn't feeling it, but gonna try to do these every now and then. Anyway, the question to answer. Hell, by Dean Malenga, the OG GOAT, Dean Malenga. Hey, Toby, Dean again. Just curious. Hi, Dean. Alright. As I get more acclimated to doing heavier singles progressively on bench, not so much rep work, doubles and triples, but more RP 9 and 10 maxes, I sometimes get a tad bit of butt lift or hip rise upon lockout. Do you notice this also as you progress to the mid 400 range? Ever problematic? I mean, I know there are training maxes and form would be perfect as a comp max. Do you think it's a valuable training tool to use slight hit raise on similar training maxes? Good question. I mean, I would say anything that gets you stronger, do. As far as hip raise, minor hip raise is kind of normal because any sort of form breakdown when it gets hard, that's kind of a given. But not all the time though. You wanna try to lift like you would in competition all the time. You and if form breaks down every time or two or every few times, it's not bad either because that's also normal. So sometimes your hip will raise, sometimes you'll have minor butt lift, but most of the time you want to try to lift competition standard. So most of the time you don't want to lift past your ass coming off of the bench or your hips rising. But if it does a little bit and you get a little more poundage and form breaks down and you want to complete a set, I would recommend doing so. And does it help your lift? I would say minor hip rise or glute or glute rise during the bench press set, and you do a little bit more weight. It could be an overload, and it could help with your lighter sets, and it'll make the lighter sets feel easier. But at the same time, if you bad practice means bad lifting. If your hips rise, glutes rise all the time, and that's how you always lift heavy, when you lift good form or powerlifting form, it won't translate. Meaning, say you lift 425 or 405 all the time with minor hip rise or minor ass rise, and then you want to try even 395 or 400 powerlifting style hip on bench. If you don't practice hip on bench or ass on bench long enough, you won't even get close to what you would get if you rise your hips. You want to use that as overloading purposes, but most of the time you want to do perfect practice because perfect practice equals perfect lifts. You want to do minor form breakdown only if form truly breaks down. Otherwise, only if form truly breaks down and for overloading purposes. Otherwise, you really want perfect practice, if that makes sense. Good question. Peace.